P2G presents Black Girls in Web3 podcast, hosted by Wanda Suero, also known as Salty Coffee, Dazzle Daniels, also known as Dazzle D, and myself, El Ruby Thomas, known as Miss Ruby, Crypto Queen of Harlem, y'all. Tune in weekly as we strive to educate and elevate our community's financial literacy. We bring you professional and expert speakers, share insights from our personal wealth journeys, and introduce workshops and resources to empower you. Join us every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com at P2G Networks TV for an hour of Black Girl Power, where we're shaping the future of finance in Web3. Peace and see you there.
Oh, it's looking now. Honey, it's a bad behind Friday, and I am getting down with my girl. Whew. I'm still digging that, y'all. We still partying. But we be partying on the real side. It's your girl, Ruby T, digging with you with the Black Girls in Web3. We got Miss T in the house. Gonna give him that love, girl.
Hey, y'all, it's Friday, and I was partying a little too hard, so I had to calm, I'm calmed down now, y'all.
You see me already partying. Look at us.
Yes. That Friday night, I was partying with myself, so it's okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Fun. We also getting down with our beautiful BK Bruja Labs. What's up, mama?
Here is the BK Bruja Labs. What up? Friday's my new Monday.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
All right, with that, we never leave the last for the least for the last. We got the top chick up in the house, the Winners Tribe Queen up in this, our hood nerd extraordinaire. Woo! Miss Dazzle D in the house. Give him that love, girl.
Blessings.
Yes.
Thank you, baby. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
That's what's up. And so today we got a little something. So as you've gotten to know in these last few weeks, all of our beautiful Black girls in Web3, which by the way, these beautiful divas are about to rename the game. I ain't playing. Yes. So be ready for the rebrand. It's coming on. Let's go. So this would be our commemorative show, won't it? Oh my God. Yeah. It'll be the end of an era. Ooh. And what
How long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing? Because I'm new to the show.
Girl, we just got started this year with Black Girls in Web3, but the entire organization that is what Black Girls Do Crypto is also getting a complete facelift because Black Girls Do Crypto has expanded its entire purpose. We are an international service organization for many different walks of life and specifically under the area of financial awareness. Not just that, but we're responsible for getting people the knowledge to make change in their world. Ain't that crazy? Look at y'all all ready to go. Because see, I got soldiers up in this room. I got soldiers up in this room. That's what I'm talking about. So we needed to get something that was more suitable for who we are and how beautifully big we are. And don't worry, because I ain't throwing out that name just yet. Y'all can't have it. Just watch. Y'all watch. We're going to bring it in. And if you come in, let's go. Because we got a journey ahead of us that has been going on for the last 5 years under P2G. Yeah. Education, application, and community successfully. And today we're going to talk about it. It ain't been easy, has it been, Miss T? And all of us been here on this road together. We just got together. We've been on our own road. Ain't that crazy? We've been on the same road, but separate journeys.
That's right. It's amazing how we all have so much things in common and how we met together. It's like Daz is the main person who brought us all together, and I just want to thank her because without Daz, I would have not met these lovely women and being part of such a powerful group of women, changing the world. So I'm excited.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yes. Daz, how do you feel to be the the captain of getting us all together?
She the plug.
How you feel about being
I just listen. That's why I tell people I'm just so obedient. I call them my light thoughts. If I hear something say do something, I'm gonna do it. Because if I don't,
that doesn't turn out too well. So
Right.
I don't necessarily know why. I'm obedient. I listen.
Mm-hmm. And
That's
you can tell.
important.
Yeah, I'm just the messenger.
And that speaks to that goddess energy that is coming back online as we go into these higher timelines, as we know. And so it just speaks to what we are. We're the catalyst, the grid, the activators, the nurturers. And so the more that we listen to and hear the message, like go call so and so you can speak about Y, Z, and then that conversation turns into you called about a recipe and 2 hours later you got a whole business plan, right? And so it just speaks to the energy of what we're developing, what we're creating. And definitely we gotta have a conversation about this imbalance in the divine feminine energy, because there's definitely a mix of this grown, I'm becoming more of a woman, and then you got this, well, I'm grown, I do what I want, and this energy is just so imbalanced. And I'm just wondering, what is really the model or the passage that we have that's being led for our younger women behind us, right? And also this hyper independence world that we're getting exposed to.
You know, I'm gonna be really honest. When you speak of that, it always brings me back to something that I've actually started to take on only in my later life. Now, while I was told that you're gonna need a community, it takes a community or a village to raise a child. It also takes a village to be a village. I think we forget that part. It's not just about raising a child, it's about having everyone realizing that they contribute. Everything we do contributes to the village itself. That's how those children see that, and they go on to continue to build villages. That's what's supposed to happen. We're not supposed to be like, I could do it myself. I got out of the hood. I got out of the game by myself. No, you didn't. Nobody ever did anything on their own. If they ever did, it wasn't great. It couldn't even be considered wonderful, great, or huge, because there's nothing any one of us can do alone that will impact to be considered great. You know what I'm saying? I realized I had to learn that kind of late in the game, and I'm okay with that. Because all I care about is that I got it. That I need people. My vision is huge, but damn it, I can't do it all. And I ain't trying to do it all. I'm gonna be really honest. I got so tired and so mad. I was like, I refuse to be a leader. Forget you. Forget everybody. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna go for mine. I'll be like everybody else. You know how long
this
that
is
lasts.
the energy of the world right now. And my question is, where are the leaders?
It's true.
Where are we at? I mean, I know I'm a leader, right?
I'm about to say, I'm gonna raise my hand so everybody understands. I'm right here. Raise your hand.
Yes,
because I'm here to lead.
We're all leaders in our own rights and our own capacity.
That's
but
right.
how are we leading? We always look at it as I'm gonna do for myself. And my thing is, you can do for yourself, but the burnout.
Thank you.
The amount of energy it takes to do certain things, that if you had 2 other people working with you or 1 extra person,
go ahead, sis.
How much further we could get.
Thank you.
And this is why the whole energy of what's this leadership, what are we really teaching and showing ourselves, what are the conversations we're having. And I have family members that have been joking lately because they're like, oh, anytime I talk to you, you're always talking about, I'm gonna drop my cash app, let me send you my cash app so you can send me the, so you can send this, and it's like, no, I'm really business oriented, and I am focused on a business oriented. And you want to talk about grandma from bingo last week that you had a fallout with, and it's like, that don't resonate with me. And this timeline and these energies we're moving into is just like, how are we moving the needle? How are we looking out for ourselves, but also how are we creating these communities that we're so-called having or needing? What do they look like?
You just touched on something huge. You touched on something huge. And I hate to say it, I was a little bit I was a little bit upset. I ain't gonna lie. When I talked to Dazzle today, I was like, yeah, because we need to talk. And then I just realized, calm down. Relax, Musasa. It's just a different way, because you just touched on that. You touched on exactly what this young lady is committed to building for our so-called community. And I'm like, why are we doing this if you're going to tell me that we need to come in and do things for free, but you're trying to connect people in business? as that doesn't help our community. As a matter of fact, it works the opposite. Our
It
community
does.
must do business with itself, with each other. We have to make money off of our community.
Yeah, and
Because if it doesn't, what happens?
the money goes out. It doesn't stay in our community.
Off of us.
Thank you.
The money's still getting paid. We just don't get to participate.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And unfortunately, we don't see that when we're trying to, tell people, well, if you're not coming with what you have for free, we don't want you. I'm like, well, I hate to tell you this, but that's the mentality that we've been training each other out of our own wealth. We've been killing our longevity and our buildings and our community. When Jewish communities get together, they sell to each other.
They do.
When Asian communities come together, they first sell to each other and then sell you.
No, first of all,
And they buy from one another.
Each other.
Right.
Thank you.
From
Exactly.
one another. And this is one of the things that, like I said, what are the communities that we really are building in our own communities? Because you go into your community and you see that your local grocer or the person who owns the urgent care in your neighborhood or whatever the facilities are in your neighborhood don't look like you and the people in your peripheral vision of your community on your neighborhood block or in your neighborhood. What are their communities? What communities do we really have? And what communities are we currently building that is not just centered around, let's just get to the bag, let's just get to the bag, because everybody's community that's around this, just let's get to the bag. We're getting to the bag, and then what are we doing with it? What are we tying it to? What are we creating from that bag that now creates something that is now to create an ecosystem, not just economic, but for our sustainability. So where are we creating these communities, and what do they look like? And
can you
let's not
remind
have
me
the
of the title
conversations that
again,
maybe
Ms.
we don't even know. Maybe we don't know. We don't do communities right.
Right. Exactly. We don't do. She's correct. We don't do community correct. Miss Teresa, you were saying.
I was saying, can you remind me of the title again today? So,
no, because we're gonna go right into the title because all that we're talking about leads to exactly the question Miss T asked.
Okay.
How do you deal with burnout on your way to success?
Yeah.
How do we get to self-helping, self-caring for ourselves? That self-motivation for self-care?
Yeah.
Because Miss T talking about something very real.
Because I'm gonna tell you this. When I woke up, I was supposed to be up since earlier, and I woke up at 1:30 and I had such a headache. I was like, oh God, I don't think I could do this. But then something in the back of my mind said, well, Teresa, you gotta show up. So, I got up, I put I put some little cream on my face.
You see that?
And I put my little hair wrap on, I put my little necklace on, I put my lipstick on and everything. And then Miss Ruby said, well, did you have some salt or some sugar? I said, no. I said, oh, okay. I said, I had some salt. So you need some sugar. So I said, well, I got some, and I drank some water too. So I drank some water. And I had 2 vitamin C cough drop, and now I feel better. It's like, so my body was depleting, but it was like sometimes your body be talking to you, and you just be like, and it's something as simple as a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of water. How it shift my whole body. When I say my head was hurting, I could always see when I first. I was like, okay, Teresa, but in my mind, I was like, I got to show up no matter what, early, so that I wouldn't have an excuse not to show up. So, that was my self-motivation for today, because I wanted to go back to sleep. I was like, nah, girl, you can't do that. They're depending on you. And so when you have a tribe, that's the difference than when you're doing it by yourself. If I was doing this by myself, I probably would lay in a bed. But because I have an accountability partners, it was like, Teresa, you can't do that. You got to get your butt up and get yourself together and be on the show. And that's what I did. So that was my self-motivation. That drinking water. Let's look at my cup right here, y'all. Drink water, y'all. Drink water. H2O. Or either drink pineapple juice or drink pineapple juice is very good. So is coconut water. That's another good way to build yourself up, because it has all the new, and it's more closer to your body chemical than that you have in your body. Yep. So I learned that from another brother of mine.
Look at you. Oh, shoot. She got the recipe for us, y'all. She got a little recipe.
I got to get back. I got to get me some more coconut water. And the one by Goya is good too.
I actually drink that one. I have to get the one in the can. I don't know why, but it's the only one that I can tolerate. And just to let you know, it works immensely on helping my body to, literally recapture the fluid, because we drink water, but we don't know. We are really not always processing just the water. We need the
That's
nutrients that
true.
go along with it. And my BK Bruja over there be brewing up that good. And that's know what's balanced. You know what I'm saying? Electrolytes, getting all your good in. And I'm not kidding. It really does help. It has, believe it or not, it helped cure years of a system symptoms I was having. I was having horrible, and when I say horrible, I mean to the point they were embarrassing. I would have the worst Charlie horses. I didn't know I was dehydrated. I didn't know I was missing. I was literally dehydrating, and my electrolytes were literally, I was pissing out all my vitamins. Honest, my body wasn't holding on to nothing for years, and my doctor tells me after year 4, I'm at a physical, and he's looking at my file going, "Oh, you've been complaining about these cramps in your leg for like 4 years." I'm like, "I've been telling you that, dude. I'm talking to you." So I stopped. I started going on this journey of learning about the body, where it
Mhm.
came from. It made me take care of it myself. Turmeric, what you call vinegar, what we call apple cider vinegar with water in my teas, little things like a little sugar and salt together. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
true. So
basically cured myself. I have not had that happen to me in a very long time.
that's the cure, yeah. Sometimes that's self care, self healing. So Daz, what you do? What you do
Uh,
to
I
push?
was um,
Yeah,
on the
baby.
on the subject, like being aware of the
Mm-hmm.
correlation of when you'll need to replenish or refuel is important. Like we're having this conversation, so you're talking about like the cramps in your leg.
Right.
So mine is so bad, so that's actually how I quit selling magazines. Okay,
Mm.
I was just passing out, right? These neighborhoods and waking up in the hospital. So of course that's not safe, you know.
Oh
But
shoot.
No.
the reason is, so while I was selling magazines, I was actually in an emotionally abusive relationship,
Oh.
and I was really, really stressed out. So when you're under a lot of stress, your
Hmm.
body eats potassium and your B vitamins at a more rapid rate than normal. So my potassium levels were dropping due to the amount of stress that I was under, which was causing me to pass out, causing my legs to get from up out of me, and causing Charlie horses, all from being stressed out. So I say that now, like being at this age and going through things, I know if I'm under a lot of pressure, that I need to be on my B, my potassium, and my magnesium in higher stress times, because my body will have physiological reactions to what I'm going through emotionally.
And thank you, my dear, because you just hit it right on the head. I had not realized how much stress, I mean, really stressed the hell out I was. And as I began to, I took a more proactive toward the area of learning. And that was the first thing that it decreased the stress, because when not knowing scared me to death. I thought my heart, literally, I thought I was like having heart attacks, and my legs were a reaction to a oncoming heart attack. It is no joke when you end up literally in the bathroom of people's room trying to take your clothes off because I'm trying to loosen up everything on myself. It's total strangers' homes. I've had to take a shower in someone's home. Thank God these were friends and family. But it was embarrassing. And all of this, I'm relying on these so-called professionals and these experts that we call doctors. They ain't got a damn clue what's happening with me. My grandmother told me, "You've been with you longer than anybody, baby. You know when trouble's coming." And I want you to remember something. Learn about your body before you put that kind of power in someone else's hands, because they only got their remedy from the outside of the experience you bring. And it was crazy because it was the first time I had talked to my doctor and told him, you ain't gonna do this no more. This is what I did. This man put me on quinine pills. He had me, I'm not kidding y'all. It's the stuff. This man had me on different pills. Potassium pills didn't work. I wasn't missing potassium. I literally was missing a whole barrage of vitamins and minerals out of my system at one time. They were dropping. And I didn't know until I did some research. And as I began to research, It added it de-stressed me mentally, emotionally, and physically. And my body, I learned what to put in on a regular.
And
God, baby, I see you.
we're not doctors. We just telling you what we did for our body. So this is not
Right.
medical advice. This is just what we do for
No,
our
thank
body.
you, Miss C.
I want to make sure y'all know that because we're not doctors. We're just telling you how we did for our bodies. Because
And not only that, I found out for me, find out for you.
right. Yeah.
You gotta do that's what I always tell people. The first thing to help me was my research. That was my research around what was going on. I'm not, like Miss T said, we're not telling you how to overcome any myth, but
No.
you can learn how to deal with your body. You can learn what to do out there with your and work with your doctor. I had to get him in the understanding that we on a team now. You
That's
on my team, not me on the other way. You on Team Ruby. This is how this goes.
That's right.
And he was like, oh, how you doing with those cramps? Oh, they fine now.
That's
They
right.
fine. That's what I did. I added some vitamins.
Brewhart, can you add to the
I
conversation?
was going to say a lot of the things that we're missing is trace minerals that we're supposed to get from the food, because when you grow your vegetables in the ground, those trace minerals we were getting from the nutrients in the soil. But as we know, because of crops, because of how they produce food in our country, the trace minerals have been erosion, all the things that they do, the chemicals that they use, the pesticides have taken the natural trace minerals out of the soil, which gives the fruits and vegetables those same trace minerals. So your fulvic minerals, you have your magnesium, the trace minerals, your phosphates, you have your sulfur, all of these trace minerals that we would normally get from the earth and from the nutrients that are in the ground, from the fruits and vegetables that we eat. But since everything is now GMO'd, everything is synthetically created, everything is in a lab, you're not getting those trace minerals. And so now the things that we have to do is put those trace minerals back into the body. But a lot of the times the supplements that we get in vitamins, because they have to put fillers to fill those capsules, because they can't just put all of the natural stuff in it, right? Because why would you do that? That means that you're giving the person the quality of what they want and need, but you have to make a profit. So that's why when it comes to getting trace minerals, if you can get them in liquid form, your B12s, your B6s, there's fulvic mineral that you can get them where it absorbs it from the nutrients as you take them as liquid form versus pill. Some things are better taken in pill form versus liquid. And then to the point what you were saying, Daz, with the stress that you were under when you were going through these things, cortisol, we don't realize the levels of cortisol that we go through that create those spikes in our energy and spikes in our body, spikes in our, the different types of, oxytocin, dopamine, right? All the different the different things that create our abilities to function, but not only emote our emotions. And so when your cortisol levels are very, very high and you're not doing anything to counterbalance those cortisol levels being high, your body's in fight or flight. And the only things that it knows how to do is to repair itself. And the best place that we repair ourselves most is through sleep, right? So when your body just automatically, when people be like, I just passed out, I don't know what happened. Your body knows how to repair itself in the sleep state. So when you just pass out, where do you think you're going? The body literally has functions in it that do things, both involuntary and voluntary. But sometimes the involuntary or the voluntary things that we can do, we can just go to sleep when we want to. Sometimes the body is so high in cortisol levels or so high in deficit in nutrients that you don't have the necessary fuel for your cells to even regenerate themselves. So the best thing that they can do is say, okay, well, what are the things we know work very easily for us to get ourselves back into repair? All right, pass out.
Wow.
The body will do whatever it needs to do to stop you in your tracks, because that fight or flight is the energy. With cortisol, there's another thing fun fact about cortisol too, is when you sleep, if you ever notice you wake up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, that time that people wake up is mostly that time between that 3 and 4 o'clock hour. Most heart attacks happen because there's a point in time where you're in your REM state of sleep that your body will spike up some cortisol to make sure that the body is still awake and all the things are functioning, because you've been in a sleep state for so long that cortisol will spike in that moment. And usually because cortisol is spiking in that moment, it'll make you jump up and wake up out of your sleep. And because of that, most people will be like, oh man, I just got out of my sleep. I want to go back to sleep. Some people don't wake up out of their sleep. Some people ignore that nudge to get up, but sometimes it's meant for you to get up because maybe there's a function in your body that needs you to wake up, needs the heart to remember, hey, we're in just sleep mode, but we're not like sleep forever. Like this is a temporary state. That's why a lot of people, when they go to sleep, they be like, oh, they died in their sleep. How? Right? The sleep state is where we rest. It's where we do a lot of the things that not only just spiritually, but also physically, mentally, and spiritually and emotionally, that the body's repairing itself. The body's doing things to naturally repair itself. But there's things that we also do because we leave our physical body. We leave our physical state. We can go and visit family. We dream. We do different things. And so sometimes that cord that keeps us connected to our body, some people be like, you know what, forget this cord. I want to go stay over here. And they don't wake up.
You know, I never
That's
thought
how
about
it
it like
works.
that.
And it's weird that you said that too, because I have a friend of mine. Sometimes I'll be waking up at 3 o'clock. So now when I wake up at 3 o'clock, I'm gonna jump off. I'm like, okay, God, what you want to talk to me about? I'm not gonna go back to sleep. And like I want to say, this is not medical advice. This is something that we've studied ourselves, and we study things, and we educate ourselves. And that's the one thing about that I love about women and mamas, because we have the instinct to look into things that sometimes, like, we always mothers, no matter where we are, we always show up as mothers. And that's what a mother does. A mother, all of us are mothers. All of us have mothering instincts. Like, you ever know your kid was in trouble, you didn't even know that your child was, like, you have that instinct. That's part of your self-care too. It's like, your child did something, even though they didn't tell you, but something's going on, because you just have that, you have the instincts. And I think I'm suggesting that we tune in, to ourselves, and listen more when your body's speaking to you. Like, don't ignore it. If your body say I'm tired, take it behind the bed. If your feet hurt, put your feet up in the bed. It's like, we got to stop running past the places of no return with our bodies, because you have to take care of yourself. If you don't get a good night rest, you're in trouble. You need rest. So much things happen when you rest. It's like, I was looking at, it was saying that when you stress, you can have high blood pressure. You can weaken your immune system. You become confused, difficult concentrating, just from stress and not taking care of ourselves. So we got to stop this, family. We got to stop not taking care of ourselves, not doing that self care, especially when you have a business. It's like Daz talked about the other night about but she said business, like when you start your business, you sometimes go through a depression. That's something normal that people might deal with. And it's okay if you're going through that. Don't beat yourself up. Just take a deep breath and say, like, how can I regroup? And get you a tribe. Stop trying to do everything by yourself. That's the main thing. If I don't say anything else, get you a accountability partners to work with you. Don't do it by yourself, because I'm doing so much better since I got partners. I have not prospered as much as I prospered until I got partners. I'm being honest with you, because I wasn't doing stuff, and it wasn't because I didn't know how to. It's just that I needed extra hands to help me push me through.
Come on
Daz,
now, sis.
Daz, you got something to say?
Jazz, you with us, girl?
Yeah,
So
I was just gonna say you still gotta show up though. Regardless, that's one thing. Like, I used to not show. I'm like, I'm just gonna not. Like, if I don't feel like it, I'm not. But sometimes you do gotta push through, because it'll help you not stay there and be able to process that feeling is quicker than if you just don't. So you still gotta show up.
Yeah,
In spite of.
yeah,
one of the things that I share, but I also share from experience. I'm not gonna share with y'all nothing I ain't doing. I get often will have to check myself. I ain't gonna lie. I have to check myself. I'll be like, do I want to be here? And I will literally be in a room when I can tell you nobody's coming, because I know I ain't did my marketing the way I should. I'll be like, anybody gonna be here? Y'all know how many recordings I have of programs that actually take place, no matter whether y'all showed up or not, or people in general. Whether I sold a ticket, because I had to remind myself who I'm doing it and who I'm doing it for. I'm building my dream and my energy, or what I want to do. If that's going to be how things are going to go, then I can just put it down now and let it go. Don't even do it no more. Because I change. I'm gonna let y'all know, during the day I go through a lot of emotions. If my emotions are going to run this bad boy, let's just stop now. So I decided I'm going to be my word as opposed to my feelings. I decided no matter what happens, if I could get up and run to somebody else's job with the flu, I'm going to open my business today. I'm going to run my business. I'm going to keep my schedule. One of the reasons I even have partners is because that they know me that way. Y'all know me that way. If Miss Ruby say we having a meeting, short of, where's Miss Ruby? She in the hospital? We meeting. We meeting. I'm where I said I was going to be. And that's it. Because I have, one of the things I learned is I don't like when people renege on my time. So I refuse to renege on other people's time, even if I'm the one who set the schedule. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me. This march or this movement that we're a part of is bigger than myself. And so it demands me to be strong, even when I'm tired, and be strong, even when I don't want to, and even be strong when I'm dealing with stressful stuff. Oh my God. And guess what? I get the benefit of knowing nothing but women and even men who got that kind of, I get to meet y'all now. I didn't know people
And
like
to
that.
that point that you just said,
Go ahead.
to what you just said, no, I was just gonna say you said something that I think has been resonating since the year has started. A lot of people have been saying, I don't know what it is, but this is bigger than me, and I feel it. I can't see it, but I know it's bigger than me. And whatever I'm being called to do, I have to continue to show up. But like you said, those moments where you get tired, where you got to take those breaks, and you have to manifest it. You have to affirm, I do this with joy, grace, and ease every single day. And like you said, if I can go to a job and, be sick with the flu and give this much an energy to a job that I'm a worker at, I should have just as much tenaciousness to do the same thing for my own self to create something. If you are still working just a job, an employment 9 to 5, and that is all you have, that is not enough. And if no one has told you, I'm gonna be the one to tell you. You have to have more than one way of making money. This is the world we live in. This is the AI is taking over for those that don't want to do that. I mean, there's so many things that right now it's like self-care is so important, but it starts with understanding what that self-preservation looks like first for you. And if your basic needs are not taken care of, you can't function, right? You can't function for anybody else in your family. And so for those of you like, I'm doing for everybody and I just feel like I don't have nothing else to give, but stop. Because if you keep giving everybody else, you're going to end up going to sleep and not coming back, and that's it, right? And so that's not what we're here to do. If we're going to be on this earth school and doing this lesson of life and learning, it does take those moments where you ebb and flow, and the days where you have a deadline, and just being transparent and saying, right now I'm not in the state of mind to be creative, and accepting that. That's been, I think, another theme too, is like, this is bigger than me, and being accepting of where you are and being okay with moving through this journey your way.
Girl, you can say that 400 times. Go ahead, babe.
Having the actual steps and having the process is important on both sides. Like when you want to talk about self-care, okay, well, let's go back. When you have like your business routine and the things that you have to do for your daily method of operation, a lot of time we slack off on that or don't have that same structure or discipline with our self-care. I'm notorious for that. Like I said, I know I need my nap every day, but I'll get caught up and all off schedule, and then that's self-neglect because I know I can't operate properly without that. But is that always intentional into my schedule? No, but I try to have it on there as more as possible, and I have found that out about myself, that I'm actually more structured and disciplined on my business because that's easier. But that does help me when I don't feel like showing up for my business, because I basically have a checklist of steps that I can check off whether I feel like it or not. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and that helps me push through the emotion what I'm actually feeling. But I'm definitely that's what I've been working on this season, is restructuring what my self-care routine looks like for me.
What I'm gonna just piggyback on what you said, Daz, because a friend of mine who I'm really excited, he's doing some amazing things right now in his business. But it's so funny because I just hired him and he went over my calendar. I learned from him a statement in business. His saying, he has a bunch of sayings. This man be coming up with stuff. I'll be like, where the hell you get that from? But he actually teaches. He has a book called The Failure Guide. So he talks to people about success through failure. And I'm excited. But one of his favorite ones that I keep, he was like, I didn't know you actually did what I said. Yeah. He said, he saw my schedule. He said, oh shit, somebody who actually practiced, excuse my language, but someone who actually practices, if it's not on the list, it doesn't exist. If you haven't written it into your plan, it doesn't exist. Now, what I learned is during that time, I had to add wet rest. I had to add self-care physically on my, I can't just act like it's going to come up. It's all right. I'll get a minute in a minute. No, on my calendar. He was like, does that say nap? Yes, like a child. Nap. 30 minutes. Nap. It's actually in a block of time on my calendar. So as we're looking on my Zoom, he sees everything I have to do show up on my calendar. And what he's going is, as many people as he's trained and he's done business with, he has not seen this accurately. He said to the point to where he himself he's like, damn, I sometimes struggle to keep things on. I said, well, you said it and it actually made sense to me because it helped me to be accountable and then gain people to be accountable too. Once I started being accountable to myself, I then could find that it's like I got people to be accountable to added to the list. That became more important to me than trying to figure it out or remembering it. I want to remember you, so that means you got to be on my list. I want to not. My word is my bond.
Right.
That's between me and you. If I give you this, we here like that. And in order for that to happen, it better go on that calendar. Because I guarantee you, he tell the truth. If it don't go on my calendar, be like, oh my God, I've got phone calls I've missed. I ain't gonna lie. Because I didn't put it on my calendar. People are like, did you forget about me in text? And I'm like, no, and I will this will never happen again. Being true to your word and being accountable for when you cannot keep your word. That
Well,
changes the world. Go ahead, baby.
this is the first time I ever did a year like with the lady was my business partner Chevelle was doing the book with me. We did a year in advance of workshops. I've never done that ever in my life. I'm 66 years old, just doing some. So it's like the calendar, like even though I know about it, but I didn't really take it as serious. And I want to say that that's so important is to having your calendar. You already said, I said, put yourself on your calendar. Like make sure that you do things for yourself. Like, get a sitter, you know, well, get you a sitter, have a night out with yourself, do some massages on your body. Like, women, like if you don't have the money to do it, do a massage. It's like, when the last time you just massage your arm, like there's a thing called tapping. You can just tap your body lightly. It really relaxes you. Like I was in a tapping section and they would just tap it. They tap every part of the body, light taps, and it helps your circulation. You tap your eyes, you tap your lips, you tap your ears, you just do light taps. That's very relaxing. Take some deep breaths. How many people have taken some deep breaths? Like, come on, let's just try now. Let's take a deep breath real quick. Come on, ladies. Come on, let's take some, and then blow it out. Blow it out. Come on, hear the sound. Ah. How did that feel, ladies?
Made me stretch my neck and everything.
So,
and even take it one step further. Every time you do that, try to start breathing in where you're taking in breath and you don't even like you try to make it so still that your body's not moving to take the breath in, and then you breathe out. But when you're breathing out, to make that like literally sigh out with it, because you're connecting to your nervous system, and technically that slows down aging. So I'm trying to live to 120 every morning. I'm now making it a practice to get up and do 30 minutes of cyclical breathing of inhale, hold, exhale, and literally just keep doing that. But the whole goal is not to have your body look like you're taking in air. So the slower you take in the breath, if you can get to a point where you can take in 6 counts of 6 breaths in a minute, you've mastered yogi status. So that's another part of it. But yes.
So this
Go
will
ahead,
start
boo.
looking younger than this. It's about to be on every morning.
You heard what they said. You
Oh,
heard what she said, y'all. Use them deep breaths, because if you're in a stressful situation, just stop for a few minutes and take those deep breaths. It makes a big difference. I say count to 10 or 20. If 10 is not coming out, count to 10. Start counting in your head like 10. Just count, because whatever it takes to get yourself calmed down, we have to do stuff. We have to do these things to make ourselves feel better. Because if you don't take care of yourself, nobody else is going to do it. And you are the business, so you have to take care of yourself. You are the CEO of your business.
that
Look,
is the truth. So with this, I'm really excited because we get to kick off the year with amazing, just like motivation, get them in the spot, see how to deal with when because one of the things we're doing is we're setting goals, right? We're setting goals. We have to deal with what's to come. And I believe in baking in the issues as opposed to trying to act like we'll get there when we get to that bridge. No, stop the bridge. Stop waiting for the bridge. Bake them in. Put in the fact that you're going to start having adversity. There's going to be times when you don't feel like it. There's going to be, if you know already how you said, this is how I deal with that. This is how I'm going to deal with that. This is who I said I'm going to be when this comes up, because it's going to come up. I've had so many people go, I'll deal with that when I get there. No, you won't. You'll fall apart, and so will everything you did. You know that. And you'll be mad because everything would just be, oh my God, you never actually said, okay, I want to succeed. And with success, they keep saying, everybody who's successful has said this. With success comes adversity. Everything ain't their mama gonna come up. You're gonna deal with down. People are gonna be good. Things are gonna go down. Networks gonna go down. Folks are gonna be mad at you. No one gonna want to talk to you. People not gonna understand you, and you still got to do it. So what you gonna do when it comes? That's the part of the plan. Remember the list we talked about. And please forgive me. I'm sorry. My lighting is getting a little off because the day is going. The night we're here, Friday is happening. It's on. But I love you guys, and I love every one of my peoples. We thank you so much for being with us in this space. Black Girls in Web3, even though that's the last time you're going to hear that name, has love for everyone who's joined us in this last, almost a year now? Ladies, Dazzle, you was here. We almost up on a year.
Oh, right up on a year. It's like we're right here at the year, right?
Yes. And we are ready to evolve already. I'm so grateful. I can only say gratitude is just it's the beginning. It's the least I can say it from my heart. Because right now, everything we talked about is happening. And it's happening for those who connect. We share p2gnetworks.com with you as a way to learn and connect in. We share the Winners Tribe. Oh my God, the Winners Tribe. Then I got to get it back up there. Okay, I gotta get some stuff up here. I'm working on it, y'all. I'm working on it. Y'all gotta forgive me. This is a different environment for Miss Ruby. Okay. But we'll make sure that you guys get that we have not only services, we have partnerships with organizations from legal to financial, education to services for seniors. And it's so funny. I talked to some of the girls in my class, Miss T, had them on AARP. Come to find out, Daz got hers. I was like, how you get yours before I got mine?
I was gonna say, how did you get an AARP, Daz? I think
story.
we're in the same age group. I'm not even there yet.
Go tell me the truth, girl.
I've been retired since I was 30. I got it when I retired.
Well, I guess I better go sign up. I'm not the AARP age yet, but I guess I can sign up early, right? It's never too late, never too early.
No, Dad said she's been retired since she was 30. She said she's been retired since she's 30 years old. She had that much points to be able to retire, so they gave her everything that goes along with retirement. I've never heard of that.
Oh, so you called them and told them that you retired at 30 and that you had enough points to get you qualify for AARP status, and they gave you a status.
It to me. To me. I was like, okay, like I had a whole bunch of stuff that came. I was like, oh, Okay, I just give it
The
all to
whole
you.
package.
Now,
I
can you
got a
imagine
CEO
that you
card.
have so much points at that age? So that means that all that time she's working when she was 6 years old and up, she got all them points. So that's why it's important to teach people how to start doing businesses at an early age, because you can retire early. We actually have a living person that's on our team that's done that. It's no if it's happened. She's a living proof. That was amazing. Even know that happened. I was like, what?
I
And
had to
I'll
wait to get my own card before I was. And by the time I was 50, I had to wait till I was
the
50 to
big
get my
part of
card.
it is knowing what you want, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
identifying your goals and your dreams and keeping them close to you. Like Ms. Wilson, write it down. If it's not written down, it really doesn't count. It's literally just an
Mm-hmm.
idea. It's not. It doesn't have everything that it needs to come into your reality. So that is the first step of anything. It's knowing what you want. What type of self care do you want? You know, what type of lifestyle do you want? Because a lot of time we're just living a life. It's not necessarily the life that we dreamed or we envisioned. We just live it. You know, we just the day to day because we haven't dictated what the day is for us. And that is important, or you'll get caught up living somebody else's dream or
Mm-hmm.
somebody else's pursuit, which is fleeting. You won't be
So
able to
true.
live in joy.
You said it true. Let me tell you,
Yes,
a friend
yes.
of mine showed me a picture of a place in Liberia. I'm like, I want that. I don't want to just go visit. I want to own something like that. It was like that pumped it up. That pumped me up to such a degree. I was like, I want that too, but I want to own it. I don't want to just go visit. I want that to be my house. It was beautiful.
That's right. That's right. Get
Beautiful.
your dream, not somebody else's. And I'm
That's
sure
right.
not temporarily. We unfortunately will vacation in some of the nicest places, but why couldn't you possibly be there? Why couldn't you earn it, buy it, own it? That be your lifestyle. I would
Yes.
rather not take any vacations to build the lifestyle that I want over that time and be able to live that vacation lifestyle the rest of my life. It's just what it is.
It's a life you ain't gotta run away from. And that's what it is. Building your heaven on earth, right?
Thank
And I'm
you.
gonna tell people, yeah, hell, it is. So build your heaven in the hell and keep it pushing because you can't get around the bad. You wouldn't appreciate the good without the bad. It's about your designing. You are the architect. So you
Yeah.
have to take that full responsibility and what does that look like? And you taking care of you is in that process, right? Because a lot of the times we're not taking care of us because we're not dreaming no more and we're just getting
Mm.
up.
And that's
So
a form of self
dreams
care in
start.
itself.
Say it again, Bruhar. I couldn't hear you.
And that's what I was saying is that's a form of self care as well as even dreaming, even manifesting, right? Taking the time to stay in that childlike energy of creativity and your imagination. That's important because that is what it is. And I don't know if anybody knows about this. There's these young girls. They started a sunglass company, but they originally started as DJs. They're called Coco and Breezy. And so they recently I showed a
Oh,
video where they're talking about how they manifested what they're living right now. And one of the things that they said in the video is just like Coco was like, we did our first show and only 3 people showed up. And we told our manager, record those 3 people at our first show for a reason. Record it. And they said they played like it was like 10,000 people were there. They played like it was 10,000 people and they showed a video of just those 3 people dancing. And now you fast forward from that time to right now, they are in sold out arenas.
come
They
What?
are
on.
literally in places where you can't even get in. When they show, and
Mm.
they literally show the video in this reel of those 3 people, and then they show the different times where they've been in different events, and they said, I manifested this. We manifested this because every time we showed up, whether it was 3 people, whether it was nobody, I performed, I set the intention to show up as if I was in a sold out arena. And you can't get to that point if you don't start with the self-care. And sorry, part of your self-care starts with, what do you want? What do
Yeah.
you want?
That's right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
And how do you get
Lady,
to that point of getting what you want without you having a dream or thinking about it or even used to pretend play house all the time when we was kids. You knew who you wanted to marry and how you wanted your house to look and all those things.
Did.
That same childlike innocence is within us now, and that's what we have to get back to.
That
and
is
if you marry now, you gotta walk around like you acting like your husband calling you now. You got to do the same thing that you used to do when you was little. Because even then, when you wanted to date the boy in school, and you used to play like you was pretend you was at the party, and he talked to you at the party, and then you went to school and y'all went to that party, and he did exactly that, and you like, wait a minute, me and my cousins just playing. We was only pretending, and it happened.
Like, what? It's happening to me? It's happening to me?
Right. And your cousin like, okay, just pretend like you see him in school. Let's pretend like you're gonna see him in school on Monday. What you gonna say when you get there, right? You literally went through those steps as a kid and playing around with it, and then it happens, and you like, hold up, we was only playing last weekend. How did
know, right?
You manifested it.
That's what I'm talking about. Manifesting and playing.
We're not there now. If you haven't been doing that, get back to that childlike energy. And best ways to, and I was gonna say, what are some of the practices y'all use in your self-care? Just, just some tips that just can even share. And I love what Miss Teresa did there with the tips that you've given, especially for mothers, for those who have to be a provider and a nurturer for everybody else. Those are some great examples. And just finding ways, like you said, taking that time for self. Sometimes I'll go and buy bubbles and just go and blow bubbles. Sit in the park and blow bubbles.
Girl.
Do you know how fun and easy it is to just and not only that, the conversations and the people that will stop when you're blowing bubbles. And sometimes you gotta blow bubbles at people that need a little energy today to just have some nostalgia to be reminded. Hey, it's not that bad. Let's make the best out of it.
Listen, we gotta get that big wand. That big wand that make that big bubble and meet at the park. I'm down for that. I am a bubble person.
We gotta do it. We gotta do it.
And so
I'm one
of those people.
What that said?
I said this too. There's two activities inside the Winners Tribe that I say that help with dream building. So if you go inside the Winners Tribe, you'll find the 100 things to do if time and money were no object. And this is, it's something to help you discover again what you truly want. And it's exactly that. You create a list of 100 things that you would do, be, or have if you had unlimited resources. And then we have the 1K to 1 million pay yourself first manifestation game, where you practice spending $1,000 double to $1 million in 4 pots, self-savings, investment, pay it forward. So you have, $50,000, $250,000 to spend on yourself, to put in your rainy day pot for an investment, to pay it forward. And it makes you think about what you would actually do with these things. So if you need a little help, go inside the Winners Tribe and look up those two things. The 100 things is a course, and the 1K to 1 million is a book that is inside of the Winners Tribe, and it does help with your dream building. And you'd be surprised, some things you didn't even know that you wanted.
I know when I went through that 1K, 1 million, it was hard to spend that 1K I had. I was like, dang, I don't got enough money. Then when I got to 1 million, it was like,
right.
Wait a minute, now I got too much money. So, and like you said, it makes you think
exactly.
Yes.
So all possibilities, and yes,
because
manifest.
It makes you dream big. It makes you dream bigger than what you think about dreamers. That's why I like that. It's really good.
So
Ms. Ruby,
we gonna have to sum this up, and I need to do it powerfully. Okay, I need us to sum this up powerfully. So each person, one point that you want to make to answer the question for self-motivation for self-care. What would be that one thing that you each will give as advice for that, each person? And I want to mute out because the sound is getting a little tweaked. So I want to just everybody mute out. We'll start with Miss Teresa. This was your question.
The one thing that I would say, make sure that you are hydrated. Make sure you're hydrated, because that's so important to make sure you hydrate your body. I didn't do that, and I, had a rough time. But once I'm hydrated, I'm feeling better now. So hydrate yourself with pineapple juice, coconut water. I don't like all of them cholos things. Cholos stuff, whatever the drinks they be telling you to drink, I don't like that. Peter Light's supposed to be on the things.
Yeah.
Anything else, I don't drink that. Gatorade or something, I don't drink that. And I'm complete.
Thank you, baby. All right, sis, what's up? We got to get a brew from the brouhaha.
I would say definitely dream big and manifest your best. It does not take much to dream and know that you can achieve it, because the energies we are in, the times we are in, It is all about co-creating your best life. And like Dad said, you can have your heaven on earth right now. Manifest it by starting with what is it that you want, dream about it, pretend in your house, talk to the people that you're in that room with, all of those things. You want to be a public speaker, you have public speaking engagements every Sunday at 7 p.m. and talk to the people in that room. They'll be there. But you got to show up first.
Dazzle D up in the house.
I'm definitely gonna say is know what you want, identify what it is that we want. You know, a lot of time we say we want to be happy, and we don't even know that that means, oh, you about to be on a roller coaster. You about to be on some ups and downs because you want to be happy, and happy is temporary and joy is everlasting. So that's, you know, you have to get specific about what you want, because that's what's going to motivate you when you actually know what you're doing it for and what you're shooting it for. And self-care is definitely get the proper amount of rest. That is one thing that I think stifles a lot of us from getting where we want to go, is truly the amount of rest, not just physical rest, mental rest. You know, and if we're fully rested, we are at our optimal operating conditions, but a lot of us are not well rested. So know what you want, identify what it is that you truly want. To say, oh, I want some money, or you know what, why you want the money, what do you want the money for, what is it gonna, what is that? Identify it and get some rest.
All right, now that's what I'm talking about, and I'm glad you said that. Be specific. And on this note, I only share this one last message because it really keeps resonating with me. If it ain't on the list, it don't exist, damn it. Put it on the list. Everything. You put everything in their mama on that list. You put your sleep, your work, your joy, don't forget travel time, the kids, your man or your woman, and whoever or whatever is your joy. Everything. And count it all. And I mean count it all. Your mistakes, the time it takes to come back, the people who are helping you, the ones that you want to help. And don't ever forget, you better look into this world who you can help. I love how people always trying to get help for themselves, but you never ask, who can I help first? Because believe it or not, that's how you going to get something first. We got to seek those doing big things that you connect yourself to and your worth and your practice. Yeah. Because you will find they will bring great things into your space. And with that, you have counted it all.
Yeah, people always say, if you want to be a millionaire, hang with millionaires. It's like, you can't be with people who don't have that millionaire mindset. And that is so true.
That is so true. And with that, on that note, we have given you a word from each person. All the sisters.
Thank you, sisters.
I want y'all to give some love. Let them know where we're going to be, what's going on, each person here. Dad, I'm going to let you finish it off, though, because I know we got some big things to announce. Let's go. So with me, y'all know I'm Miss L. Ruby. Y'all get your butts on p2gnetworks.com. Go check it out and see. Not only check it out, I'm going to give you instructions. Get your tail there and make it your business to find out what resources are there for you. Let's go. Miss T, you ready?
I'm excited, y'all, because my book is soon to be released. My website, my book, and I'm excited, y'all. So next time you see me, I will have my book out, and I'm excited, y'all. It's just so, oh my goodness, yay! And have an awesome Friday night. Yay to the fry. Yes. I love y'all. Peace and blessings.
And here is the BK Bruja Live. See you same time, same channel next Friday at this time. And look out for some upcoming events. I'll be sure to be putting some more information out. So you can go to my Instagram at the BK Bruja Labs to check out all the things that are offered there. And if you ever need a reading or if you want to do any spiritual work, you can also go to my Hipsy and book yourself there as well.
Dazzle, it is your role. Let's go.
All right. So if you want to come hang out with us, community, fellowship, learn in person, come out to the annual Winners Tribe 420 experience. That is going to be April 17th through the 20th. It is an annual 4-day event packed of nonstop gems and you get to meet the people that are in the community. So it's pretty dope. I'm gonna be there. Miss Ruby's gonna be there. Just gonna be there. Come on, Miss Teresa's gonna be there. We're gonna be there. Also, if you just want, like I said, connect with us, join inside the Winners Tribe. And the last Friday of every month, we have the After Dark, where we have our virtual meetup. So if you're looking for a tribe, come inside the Winners Tribe and come to the After Dark, because you'll get to meet us once a month. That's where we take our hats off, let our hair down, put our heels up, and community. Blessings, good fortune, and may the profits forever be in your favor.